Saturday morning, 30th of November. Nearly the end of the month. Probably time to make a decision on a moustache. Anyway, Martin's Test Shaves. We're going to do a luxury shave today. So first of all, we'll use the Truffet and Hill, which is rather nice stuff. A good friend, by the way, Mr. Wolfson, Trevor Wolfson, he's just won first place in the South African Knife and Razor Show for his unbelievably beautiful designs. As you know, I've got a couple of wolf blades myself. I'm very privileged. And what I can say is what a wonderful field to be involved in. We are truly international in the love of our activities and hobbies. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and just show you in a minute the depths of the wonders of straight razor shaving, meaning what you can get and what you can achieve. So I'm going to just lather up quickly while we talk. 3 razors today, all slightly different, all top tier. I wanted to show off a little bit more about the history of the Spanish quality razors. So I've got 2 Palmeras. Last shave was, of course, a very rare razor, but this one is 2 Palmeras and a very late Philharmonica 14. I want to blow away the cobwebs of people being rather stuck on the idea that the very earliest razors are the very best. Well, yes, in a way they are, but I've never had any problems with late Philharmonicas right up to the early 1980s. I think it's the fact that the steel in the last century is extremely good, and that when it's double tempered, hence the famous double temper or double temple on the blade of a Philharmonica, meaning of course it was twice tempered in cold water, usually iced water sometimes. Anyway, whatever, let me just get on and just show you what you can get up to with a good straight razor. Golden rule when you've lathered up, do make sure you haven't got any lathers on your fingers. And the other thing I keep forgetting to say is when you've finished having a good shave, do make sure that you use a pipe cleaner to clean any suds, water and detritus from the scales of your razor. It is in fact a punishable by death crime to allow rust on something as precious as an early Palmera or Philharmonica, etc. Anyway, let me just show you something which I think you'll be interested in. This is a Juan Holmery, very early Palmera with an extremely deep blade. Now this is early, it's got the 14 Volmer on it, quite plain, apart from the fact it has an absolutely gorgeous palm tree and pyramid with a little gentleman climbing it, as you expect. But that is very, very early. We're talking about turn of the century, so we say 1890s probably, when the company was first founded. In Germany, by the way, not in Spain. But anyway, whatever. This is, as you can see, a square end, and the steel is absolutely unbelievable. Now I'm cutting now into, I'm trying to emulate my very good friend Gary Hayward. This is a full week. This is 7 days of stubble. And it's effortless. You can hear the thickness of that stubble. However, that is with a very early Palmera. Let's try with the very, very late Palmera as a comparison. So, let me just wipe some of the crud off. Right, so that is the earliest Palmera you'll probably ever get. Now let's try something completely different. This is one of the late, very, very late Palmeras. Just going to prove there's probably nearly 100 years, in fact there is, There's 100 years between these two razors. Let's try on the other side. Oh yeah, just as good. All I did this morning was hanging hair test them, which is essential. And the older one was slightly better, but only very slightly. The Philharmonica, which I'll show in a minute, just needed, I don't know, 20 laps on very high polished leather, just to bring the edge up to being absolute perfection. When I say perfection, what I mean is it'll hanging hair test very cleanly on both directions of the hair. As we all know, hair has funny little scales, and in one direction your blade will cut very easily, and the other it'll tend to skip off. So if it perfectly hanging hair tests both directions of the hair, you've got a laser. Anyway, I'm going to save a little bit here because I want to show you as a comparison, and that was perfection, by the way. I want to show as a comparison another very late razor, just to show there's no snobbery. There's a very, very good chance if you're using a late Philharmonica or a late made Palmera, both will be perfect. I have found by leaving for too long, you get extra long hairs, which actually are a bugger, because as you're cutting, they're lifting the skin. And I think I might even have got a tiny weeper, which you normally don't get. However, allow me to show you a very, very late Philharmonica. Now this is a Philharmonica Sella Oro. Now this is a beautiful razor, and it's very, very, very late. You're talking 1980s, early 1980s. I'm not sure of the exact dates, but late, very late 70s into early 1980s. As you can see, it's got the rather garish little lyre in gold on the plastic, which purely proves, as a rough guide, sort of late 60s into 70s into early 80s. Anyway, the Sella Oro, a lot of people have probably sort of written off as being, you know, a very, very late razor, not particularly interesting. They're wrong. Yes, it's a late razor, but it's still a Philharmonica. And allow me just dry the fingers a little bit. So we've got a little bit of heavy stubble left. So I'm going to just try. Yeah, it's good. Yep, that's 7 days. Very little preparation. Just jumped in and out the shower. This is a harsh test. This is against the grain on 7 days. I've got to say, it's good. So I'm not trying to blow away any well-deserved myths. Early razors or late razors, usually pretty good either way. So this is you know, my way of just saying you can get one of these still relatively cheaply. Likewise, I was very lucky to pick this extremely late Palmera up, and it's a beauty. And it's a round nose, which again is slightly unusual. But took a beautiful edge, as you can hear. Yeah, I don't think I'll go a full 7 days again. Gary was very instrumental in this little test. Right, Gazza? Right there, mate, up in Nottingham. Yeah, he's a professional though, and I'm an amateur. Yeah, that's lovely. But as I said, when it comes to learning straight razor shaving and why we enjoy it so much, apart from the fact it's very addictive, it gives you the best shave you can get. So all this rubbish you see on TV, I've got a lovely little gay disposable razor, isn't it lovely? Harry's or whatever. No, no, no. Go for manliness, go for skill. We're trying to always get better skills. That's what life's about. Otherwise you'll end up playing with a computer all your life. How wretched would that be? Manly skills. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to say that's a first-rate razor, first-rate edge too. And all it needed after quite a long time without use, just a few very, very light. Let me just show you. There's the glories of a Kaneyama strop. Again, it'll only last you all your life, so why stint? Get a Kaneyama. Let me just try one last pass before I leave you all in peace. One last pass with this, the earliest Palmera I've ever seen. And this one Volmery, dating to the turn of the last century. Very high quality steel, beautifully ground. The usual very, very, very deep hollow. Let's see if there's any left to catch. Hardly anything left. So you can own, in a very small suitcase, some of the world's very best items. Can't do that with a Ferrari. You need a very, very big garage and a whole pot full of money. But you can own the Ferraris of the razor world, and you can then develop the skills to totally enjoy them. And look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful razor, beautiful shave. Anyway, I've said my piece. I hope you find this vaguely interesting, chaps. Do subscribe if you do. And for those who already have, thank you very much. We're just trying to spread the word. I don't know where the young Andre is at the moment. I'll dig him up and we'll do another shave with him on another day. Anyway, 13 minutes so far. I don't want to bore you unconscious. Very happy Thanksgiving the last couple of days in America. All my friends there. Leon, the long haul tanker. The wonderful Sean, who is our film star really, let's be honest about it. So yeah, and old me, struggling away. Bill M, and of course, I never forget the wonder of the soaps and the skill of the Cajun Blade. I've still got all his soaps. I'll use those another day, I promise, Eric. Promise, promise, promise. So there you go, chaps. I think that'll do us. Yeah, 13 minutes, 48 seconds of you being bored by me. So I'll do a couple of still photos, which I'll try. I'm useless with tech, forgive me. But I'll try and put a couple of photos up. And yeah, thanks for subscribing. I shall see you all very, very soon. I hope. Bye for now. Martin's Test Shaves.